Hey, I'm Carla.
I'm Heidi.
And we're the Butcher Babies.
And you are listening to Louder.
So I'm here with Heidi and Carla of the Butcher Babies.
Hi.
How are you girls doing?
We're great.
Adjusting to England?
Yes. Well, actually, it's been so much fun this time. We never really get to go out and adventure in the cities, and we've been able to do that on this tour, so it's been so much fun. We've had a really good time.
Well, I've seen some of the videos from the Sumo Psycho guys, so they had some days off, and I think you've been in some of the pictures, so it looked like you actually experienced England this time.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
I think Glasgow and some cemeteries in Edinburgh.
Yeah, we went to the cemetery in Glasgow, to the necropolis there, and we went to museums, and we went to a falconry the other day in Chester. So it's just been
the castles that we can digest.
The Newcastle Castle. So we've experienced a lot of different things, and it's been a blast.
Full English breakfasts.
That's the reason to come to England.
Yeah.
The food. Yes, exactly.
No, but it's delicious. So.
Well, I just walked past a venue and I've seen a line of girls just waiting to see you. And
Yay.
they had binders waiting for signatures, and they had, I think, the hairstyle and everything.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're a role model already?
You know what? The last couple of years, we've really started to realize that we are role models, and it's kind of something that you don't like to say. It sounds so cheesy when you say it out in the open. Oh, I'm a role model for these young girls. But you have to start looking at yourself that way when you realize that you are influencing young girls, not only with the things that they wear and their hairstyles, but with the things they think about and their own goals. You know, we've had so many girls say that they've decided they want to start metal bands because of what we're doing. And, years ago we were just having fun with this band, and when we realized that we actually had a platform to talk about the things that are important to us, it changed everything for us, and we love being inspiring to girls.
I think it's incredible to have that influence on children in general, young girls and young boys, and I guess you can say even adults. It's inspiring for me as well, because I started living my life in a more positive way as soon as we realized that we were influencing these kids. And so it also forced me to open up a little bit more about my life and the things that I've been through, and realizing that being able to tell these kids, like, you're not alone if you've gone through these things, like, we have too, and you can rise above it, and you can become anything you want to be, and to us, it makes everything worth it.
And how about the violent messages in your songs? I mean, I'm scared sometimes when I'm watching your videos.
I don't know if there's really violent messages in the songs. There's songs about release. We have a song called Igniter that's about having a bad day and feeling, enraged. But everybody feels like that, and we talk about releasing things in a healthy way so that there isn't a lot of violence in your life. And we talk about past violence to ourselves, but again, it's kind of a healing thing when we talk about it. We don't promote violence.
And there's, some of our songs are written about serial killers as well, so it kind of, or instances, crime and stuff, and so there's always, some sort of metaphor in there that may seem like it's violence, but as Carla stated, it's more so a release, and putting those feelings of anger or violence into something positive, like your art and music, and and anything like that. And to us, that's very important.
And how about your role models? I know the band was named after Wendy Williams.
Yes.
And also the first attire. Is it something that you aspire to? I mean, the story with her kind of ended badly.
Oh, well, I think for us, it's more so of her attitude, where she didn't care what people told her to be. And she went out there and she defied everything that people were trying to force her into. The music industry, they really tell you, oh, you look like this, you should, you're supposed to be this kind of singer, you're supposed to look like this, you're supposed to sound like this, you're supposed to do this. And, she really went out there and paved the way for girls like us to do whatever we want to do, and have that attitude of, no, I make my decisions on what I want to be, and that to us was the most inspiring thing about Wendy.
And what about the comments that you get from guys and girls I mean, still the metal scene is still not equal completely. Do you get some comments about, yeah, you rock, keep on doing what you're doing, or
yeah, I mean,
what are you doing here?
I think for the most part, yeah, you rock, keep on doing what you're doing. That's always a welcomed phrase, if you will. But of course, there's all these people who think that girls don't belong in metal still, and they completely shun it, and that's fine. To them, that's their flavor, and we have ours.
And with tonight, 2 supporting bands on top of Sumo Cyco being led by girls as well, do you feel like you're doing what you want to do, just representing and using your power to get more girls on the stage?
Yes, and I think that is incredible, and I love seeing more girls, coming into this metal world and the rock world and shaking things up a bit. To me, it's incredible, and to have these other females join us on these stages, it's great. I mean, most of these shows, there's been other female-fronted bands around the country joining us, and it's so cool to, they came up and they'll shake our hands and they're like, you guys influenced us so much. I just met one of the opening bands, and that was a comment that they said, and to me, that's really cool. It's a really neat feeling.
And how about when they meet you after seeing you on stage or on videos, and then you turn into just 2 normal girls? So you're going crazy in a Walmart on some sort of a bouncy thingy?
Oh yeah.
It's funny. People, the first thing they say when they see us in person is, "Oh my gosh, you're so little. I thought you were 10 feet tall on stage." And really, we're 5'2". And how tall are you?
5'4".
5'4". So it is funny, but people are still excited when we get off the stage.
I think it's cool when they can see that we're just normal people. I think when I was a kid and I looked at rock stars and I'm like, wow, they have some sort of superpower. Like, you just think that they're just like these superheroes. And then, I've quickly realized we're all just normal people, get up in the morning and go about our day and have these dreams and aspirations. And I love that people get to see that side of us.
I think it adds to the idea, for these kids that they can do anything they want to do. We walk around all day. Someone, saw me when I was going to the coffee shop and I spoke with them for a minute. And, all these people that you just bump into, it's like they get the feeling that they can live their dreams. It's never too late. It's never too soon to start trying, never too late to stop trying.
I want people to think that we are approachable, too, because we are. I love meeting those girls. The first girls that were in the line over there, I walked out and immediately, I'm like, hi, what's your name? I want to meet these people. And the people who allow us to live our dreams, and I want to seem approachable to them.
And I know both of you came from a background that doesn't really support metal. I know you came from a Mormon family, and you were brought up in Detroit, which I'm not sure exactly how it was before 2008, but I've been there after, and it doesn't look like it supports anything.
It's a pretty dark place.
But I think you said somewhere that you were brought up in a non-metal environment. I know you were listening to albums in your closet.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that push to leave all the non-supportive area and go and chase your dream?
I was very influenced by seeing other musicians of color. I'm biracial, and I grew up in a place where they wanted you, if you were black or half black, they wanted you to listen to a certain kind of music and be a certain way and act a certain way. And I always loved rock and roll. I knew that it was in my blood. I loved it. And when I started to just see, bands like Living Colour, musicians like Slash, even Hendrix too, and I realized that it's perfectly fine for me to like what I like and be okay with it. Here's these people, doing it for real, and they're black or half black as well. So it gave me the strength to be my own person, and that's what we strive to do for other people as well.
I think for me, leaving Utah and leaving that behind, and they still, a lot of people still think that I'm just worshiping Satan or something. It's so bizarre how they, whatever. that's their own thoughts. But when I left that behind, it was like a sigh of relief. Just kind of, wow, I can go somewhere where I can be accepted for whatever I want. And I left and haven't really looked back.
That's funny that, like moving to LA too, is a place, you can be literally whoever you want to be there. You can be purple and, walking around, acting crazy. No one even looks at you. So it is a huge, huge thing to actually make the move to a place like that where you can be free to be who you are. I think for both of us, a huge weight lifted off our shoulders when we got out of the places that we were from respectively and, moved to LA.
And a few years ago when you changed your dress code, that's less revealing now. I think you've mentioned that the US is not accepting enough. And I think in Europe, it looks like the US is much more willing to accept everything, including a bit more revealing clothing. So after touring in Europe, do you still feel like the US is not accepting enough, not open-minded enough?
I think that people it seems like they're afraid of different stuff like that in the US. And that wasn't the reason for the change by any means, but it is a little bit more widely accepted. When we play around here, it seems like they don't really care about that image. They understand it, and they think that, hey, do what you want. But sometimes in the US, I think that people are afraid of it.
So I'm going to wrap up with one final question. I'm guessing you watched the film Gone Girl?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see the excitement in your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, I was trying to remember exactly what
Ben Affleck and
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of the actress. But a very bad relationship that ends with the girl covering everybody with blood.
Yeah.
Did you like that character?
I thought it was very interesting. I thought the character... This is such a great question. I thought the character was so psychotic, and the character just kept your attention at every moment because everything was, I guess, in a sense, like bipolar, and you never knew what was going to happen next. I don't relate to the character in that sense, but I really thought the character was very well written.
None of your favorite?
No, it was a good movie. She was obviously a master manipulator, and she destroyed a lot of lives. So, it's good for a movie, not great for real life. Not the kind of person you'd want to be friends with or married to, obviously. But it was a good movie.
Heidi and Carla, anything else you want to add to the fans and listeners?
Just thanks for listening, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild, almost 7 years. We're in our 7th year now. It's been a wild couple of years, and we can't wait to see what the future holds, and thanks for taking this journey with us.
What can we expect next?
Oh gosh, we're gonna go home for a while in the summer and work on a 3rd album. So, and Heidi and I have been chatting about some different ideas that we have for it already, and we're really excited about it. So look forward to that.
Okay, Heidi, Carla, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.